All right,
I love
so
syllable. It sounds like falafel.
fuck it. This is gonna be the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, voice acted edition, part 14 tonight. I'm gonna get this up if y'all want to introduce yourselves. I will get everything going on the back end.
I'm Casa. I'm crazy. I have too much energy at all times, except for when my voice is dead and I sound like Corpse Husband. Then I'm pretty intimidating. Otherwise, I'm not. Give me your souls. I mean, what? Yeah.
Oh, fucking god, fucking damn it, dude.
Whee! My head got cut off. Ah!
Fucking, I hate my life right now. All right, I'll fucking fix it.
So sorry.
Fucking hate it here.
Hello, everybody. My name's Onyhart, and today's issues have been brought to my suggestion that I made for this week.
You are responsible for this.
I have no head and you were just a head.
You know what? You know what? Here, this is what you both fucking deserve.
Wait, I'm ready. I'm ready. It's happening. Fusion ha!
Anyway, let's get this sorted out. Technical difficulties be goddamned. All right, I just need to trim your bottom here. Not the first time you've heard that phrase, I'm certain. And all right.
You need to look up what the definition of bottom is. Because
Yeah,
that
it's
ain't
just
me.
it just has a picture of your face.
Yeah, and it says please redirect over to verse.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, however you
okay,
sleep
buddy.
at night. Anyway, here is all right, that's not capturing properly. There we go. Here's Casa's information.
Huh?
Here's Oni's. Sharky,
I was like, wait,
I
what?
swear I'm actually here too.
go ahead.
Hi, my name is Sharky. I like long walks on the beach discussing the intricate battle strategies of the Final Fantasy XIII trilogy.
Ayo. And you like flooding your kitchen to the sounds of Power Wash Simulator?
Fucking hell. Capcom. Alright.
Alright. Yeah, shoutouts to our friends at Capcom. Excuse my language. It's one of those nights. But yeah, definitely if you're around, hanging out, feel free to enjoy. Chitter chatter. I keep myself hot toggled so I can basically talk to y'all without these absolute wonderful gentlemen, stinky garbage piles, talking, so, just feel free. I'm here. We'll chitter chat. Anyway, as I was saying, once we left off, we had met Casa, if Casa was a real boy, in the jail. All right.
That sounds pretty apt.
Yeah, let's bring it back.
Y'all are gonna have to remind me which roles are mine because I've been out for, I guess.
I guess.
Last time I was in this one.
I guess you can take over the detectives for tonight, or Oni.
Yeah.
Or wait, you researched it, so.
yeah, Sharky can take over as Tobias. Grr.
Oh yes.
Honey.
Alrighty. The 19th February, Briar Road. Yeah, that bike's absolutely smashed.
Look how happy that snowman is.
It's like
Remember when I used
it's like
to smile.
it's like me when I take too much ketamine. All right, bad joke out of the way. All right, there we go. Method acting. So this is where it happened. Briar Road.
Look, Mr. Naruhodo. Look at that regulation metal helmet. It's unmistakable.
Look at this regulation flesh helmet.
The men of Scotland Yard are here. They're investigating as we speak.
That is their job,
But Mr. Naruhodo, to to see with my own eyes. That was a weird sentence structure. They're often depicted in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, but I never dreamt I'd come this close to a real Bobby's helmet.
I want to go taste
getting
the authentic
all-
metal.
What?
Yeah. What?
The helmet?
Yeah, look at.
Yeah. Oh, come on, just a taste.
Just a crumb.
Yeah, it tastes like Clorox. The hell?
Of course. I have to try one on one day.
Well, I hope your Hattie dreams come true.
And I hope you accidentally step in a puddle.
There you go, Sharky. That's you.
What's this delegation doing here?
Oh, Inspector Gregson.
This isn't on the tourist trail, so I'm fairly sure you're well aware.
Please, no rhyming, no.
Yes, of course. We're here to investigate.
So you've been to the holding cells, then? What'd you make of the criminal?
He's not a criminal, as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect.
Chomp. We'll see about that. You folks like to stick together, I suppose.
I'm very concerned by the fact that he just takes like very hot potatoes that are greasy and just jams them right back in his pocket.
Do you not?
He got
No,
some
I
oven
eat
in
my
there.
potatoes. I don't waste those things. They're important.
I love potato.
Do you not keep a French fry pocket in your trench coat?
No, that's what my underwear are for.
Sheesh.
Sheesh!
Well, do what you will. Doesn't bother me. Bloke's in court tomorrow, whatever happens, and the verdict's a foregone conclusion.
The stone cold air of rejection.
Take heart. London at this time of year is full of stone cold air. I'm still reading your mind.
That
That's the,
makes it worse somehow?
it's the bottom line.
Tell me about Scotland Yard, Inspector. Ever since I read about it in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated by the place.
The Yard is the most sophisticated policing organization you'll find anywhere in the world, man.
Oh, and you know, I've always dreamt of wearing a real Bobby's helmet.
It does make them look the part. Seeing that policeman here with his helmet on, you certainly get the sense that this is a man who will take no nonsense in his duty of protecting the city.
Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful?
Being a London Bobby is hard going, I can tell you.
Oh, really?
First thing in the morning, you know what he does?
Triple S,
Eats
baby.
Cheerios.
He buys
Triple
hot
S.
buys hot potatoes and eats them whole.
Hot pockets.
Goes around and chomp, rouses all the laborers on his beat, chomp, so they can get off to work, chomp.
What? He wakes people up?
Yep, raps on the windows with a long pole. Did it myself going back a bit.
I had no idea.
Hey yo, audio levels sounding good for everybody?
Did you ever get tired?
Always. Bobby works for the people of the town. It's just another one of his duties. After that, he starts chomp tirelessly patrolling the streets chomp all day long. He has to cover 20 miles a day.
Hey yo, how you doing
Distance and
tonight,
all.
Anno? Hopefully things are going well for you, brother. I can't really imagine how far that is, but it sounds like a long way. And it's really weird that you're using miles considering that London and the UK have never used miles as a measurement of distance ever.
You are in
Thank
the
you,
Imperial
America.
area.
Let me see. 20 miles. Yes. That's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama.
On foot? That's definitely taking things a step too far.
When it goes dark, of course, is the important job of lighting all the gas street lamps.
Dope.
Oh my.
I need a vacation pretty desperately.
Doesn't that sound like a job that somebody else should be doing?
And I suppose in between all of those duties, bobbies are expected to investigate cases as well?
And and chase after criminals trying to evade the law.
I'm not sure you could call it in between exactly. More alongside. But yes. You're expected to handle those jobs as well. We do have men keeling over from time to time, I admit.
Sounds like you should do a better job of managing your teams and, get people to do other jobs.
Sounds like you should perhaps find someone else to manage.
I'd always dreamt of wearing one of those helmets, as I said. But it's with a heavy heart that I shall have to relinquish that dream to you, Mr. Naruhodo. What?
I'll give you a helmet to wear.
Where is Non-Pon's helmet
Simba.
right now? Azenvenya.
That's you. Oh,
No,
you're eating the helmet.
He's doing a thing.
We gotta protect Oni. We must protect this house.
We must
We
protect, me
must
from my
protect this
own
house!
boobs.
Your heavy heart will be my heavy head if you do.
Happened at around 5 in the evening, 2 days ago. Just there, on an open bit of pavement. Chomp. The victim, Chomp, a young woman. Chomp was stabbed with a blade, Chomp, from behind.
Is it right that the lady is still unconscious now? You mentioned that she's being treated in the hospital?
I never said she was a lady. Truth is, unless she comes around pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all.
I suppose that means that they haven't been able to take a statement from her. Of course.
Here's a map of the local area I happen to have on me. You can take it if you want.
Really? Are you sure?
It's yard policy to give lawyers defending suspects the odd bit of information to go on. I think it might be the first gift you ever received.
I haven't actually accepted the job yet. But still.
Thank you, Inspector. We gratefully accept.
The local map has been entered into the court record.
Anyway,
You started blasting?
how did you know? As far as we know, there's no one else on the scene other than the victim and your fellow countrymen. So who did it, do you think? Not much of a head scratcher, is it?
Well, I know Mr. Natsume is also claiming not to have seen anyone else around, but
But just because he didn't see anyone, it doesn't mean we can't be sure there was nobody else. What? What? It doesn't mean we can be sure that nobody else was present.
I'm sorry to have to tell you, but we most certainly can be sure.
How?
Because, Mom, precise moment of the stabbing did not go unnoticed.
It what? Seriously?
We have two very reliable witnesses, no less.
Oh,
Are
I'm
they
sure.
like the witnesses from the last one?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
It was a typical foggy London day, and your client obviously didn't see them.
There were witnesses now, and they were roommates.
and they were roommates.
The witness has been added to the court record.
Well, who are these witnesses, Inspector?
Bello and his wife. And the man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London.
They are
That
roommates,
sounds
and
just
it's
like the last case.
it's fucking McGilded. I swear to God, I'm gonna launch
my
myself
God.
into orbit.
Nah, it's the banker dude again.
He's a copper from Scotland Yard.
Hey, Cab.
1312. A policeman? That might change things.
Chomp.
And this policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment the woman was attacked?
I bet it's Hosonaga.
Nothing particular about that, Mom. Part and parcel of being a bobby. Catching them banging the act and all that.
Oh, they were banging all right.
In the act.
Do you think it might be possible for us to ask that policeman a few questions? Hey, what's up, Puma? How
Be
are
my
you?
guest, be my guest. Put our service to the test. You can ask him what you like in court tomorrow.
Beautiful. Oh,
I've no doubt he'll be summoned as a witness. So that'll give you something to look forward to.
I'd rather not be surprised in court and get the information now.
that's that then. He's got no intention of letting us meet the man beforehand, it seems.
Collusion. A policeman witnessed the incident. That kind of muddies things up because that means we'll probably never figure out what's going on actually.
Yeah. We can't trust him.
As your judicial assistant, I must warn you that this can make our job very difficult indeed. Susato knows what's up.
Imagine.
Yeah. As a non-judicial assist, rides the shoe buff? Rides the shoe buff? Yes, as a non-judicial assistant, I could have warned me of that too. Oh, yeah, one more thing, Inspector.
What?
Fuck the police. The person who led you to the suspect? I hear that was Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Ellipses. What are you bringing him up for?
Was it something I said? The color is drained from his cheeks. Maybe I'll have to clap him to get some color back in.
Clapping cheeks.
Hey, yo.
It might give him a chin.
That twitchy bloke goes on trial tomorrow. Are you going to defend him or not?
Well, let me think.
Naruto, quick, distract him. I'm gonna have some fish and chips.
Makes no difference to me, but I will just say this. No London lawyer worth his salt would touch that case with a barge pole.
Because the prosecution is being handled by the Reaper of the Bailey, you mean?
There's no way to save the man now. It's a waste of time trying. It's all a bit strange, though.
Sorry?
The Reaper. He hasn't appeared in court once for a good few years now.
Yes, we did hear something to that effect.
The only people he usually bothers with are the real scum. Master criminals, violent ones.
Mr. McGill did.
Master criminals?
The violent ones?
Is there a time jump after the last case and I missed it?
No.
Okay.
That's right. He unpicks his victims. Only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins.
Oh, so he's like a bandwagon fan. But Mr. Natsume wouldn't hang for what he's accused of, surely.
That's just my point, sunshine. Yes, the young woman was stabbed, but it didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. Chomp. This isn't the sort of case I'd be expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into, for want of a better phrase.
Well, it's not exactly a minor infraction, is it?
No, there's got to be more to it. Some reason he's taken an interest.
Really? What sort of reason, Inspector?
They were lovers. You think I can tell what's going on inside that head of the Lord of Darkness?
Yami no Ohu.
You'll have to ask him yourself at tomorrow's trial. I hear he goes by the name Zork in private company.
Are we really gonna have to face the Reaper again? The Lord of Darkness, as he put it?
Insert Castlevania joke.
Woo!
What is a man?
Ellipses. Who did you hear that name from?
Oh, well, it was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Sholmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings.
I'm sure it was the result of one of Mr. Sholmes' inspirational great deductions.
Oh yeah, those sure are great. Wow.
Battle. The man's an amateur. I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere.
Oh.
I don't know where he gets his information from, but he turns up at the scene of a crime. Wanders around spouting incomprehensible rubbish. And before you know it,
That's just the opium talking.
he claims to have solved the case.
Yeah, he's quite astounding, isn't he?
He is a great help to Scotland Yard, though, isn't he?
Oh, gabble. Ever seen this before?
Oh, yeah, that's Ranced Magazine.
The wonderful publication in which the adventures of Herlock Sholmes appears.
Yes, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in its stories. The so-called great detective makes a mockery of all of us. You ask anyone in the Yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any Herlock Sholmes tale at all.
Well, I suppose there is an element of that.
We work our socks off, every one of us, only to be frumped by the public thanks to that obnoxious detective. The man's as dangerous to us as Scotland Yard as he is to all of our criminals.
That can't really be true, can it, Inspector?
Clearly, the great detective and the police have a, well, complex relationship.
Enemies to lovers.
Well, I don't think we're going to get any more useful information out of the detective.
Mr. Naruhodo, can I make a suggestion?
I swear to God, if it has to do with helmets again, I'm going to deep six you into that snowman.
One magic
Well, no, well,
helmet.
yes, but no.
Oh? Yeah, what is it?
Well, it seems to me that we must speak with him about this.
Oh, by him, do you mean Mr. Sholmes?
Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, exactly.
Oh my God, no! No!
We're doing it.
No!
I'm dragging you against your will. Here we go.
Time to see the boy. The boy.
Look at those shining eyes. You can't wait, can you? Oh, you dirty little slag.
I'm sorry, what'd you call me?
You heard
Do I
me.
need to show you my special skills again?
Yeah. Sloppy toppy doesn't count as a wrestling move.
Sheesh.
If it's
Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Sholmes for all this, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He really did. Which makes him an involved party in the case. Are you just going to ignore that? I hope not.
I don't want to go near Sholmes. He touched me
Too
in
bad.
inappropriate places.
Well, get over it. You're a man.
All right, calm down, Jim Jordan.
He needs some milk.
Thank
I
you.
assure
Thank you.
It's not simply. I assure you, it's not simply my selfish desire to meet with Sholmes again.
Oh, the trouble is, we have no idea of the man's address.
It's Baker Street.
Okay, Susato, we're gonna have to have a very long discussion about this. This is
No.
this is not a healthy
I'm
relationship.
totally fine. I'm completely fine.
This is a parasocial relationship. Do you like VTubers? How many
this is the first I've heard of
VTubers
them,
do
but-
you watch?
13. Anyway.
How do you know that?
It's in the stories, of course.
So you're telling me this man is doxing himself in real time?
Not sure what that means in this time and age, but yes. 221B Baker Street, the most famous address in the world.
Doxing himself all over the world.
Oh, I see. Well, there's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose.
And on the way, there's this really good bakery that I definitely didn't scope out ahead of time.
We'd better try and find our way there before Susato-san gets any more excited and unpredictable.
Hurrah! Summon a carriage!
So, we're to have a reunion already. Hooray, with the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Your favorite guy.
Up. I just want to give it to him. Inspector Gregson, could I show you this?
Why?
Supposed to know what that is. Never seen that insignia before.
It's worn by defense lawyers in the Empire of Japan as a symbol of their profession.
In other words, it's a worthless trinket in Great Britain.
Oh no, it's very important to me. It shows my spirit.
An English gentleman keeps things like his spirit very much to himself. I'll have you now.
Oh,
Don't give up, Mr. Naruhodo.
It's too late. He's crushed my spirit already.
Well, you're kind of weak then.
Got him.
Damn, got dunked on.
Oh, that's a Scotland Yard carriage. They use vehicles like that to rush to crime scenes and cart away criminals.
You're very well informed, aren't you?
It's long been a dream of mine to ride one of those through the streets of London.
Damn, she's really creaming it to Scotland Yard right now.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Well, just pick up a stone and throw it through one of the windows then.
But that would mean being arrested in order to ride it,
Yeah, well, YOLO.
wouldn't it? Still, if it's the only way, help me find a good stone.
Absolutely. No, I wasn't serious.
Well, I was. Ow! What a delightful snowman.
I didn't realize the English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. It looks a little creepy, though.
Oh? It has a scarf, look.
You'd need one if you were out in this freezing cold all the time. I wish I had one.
I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment, too. We certainly cannot afford a scarf.
Surely the snowman here wouldn't miss his.
Do not steal the snowman. But the person who made the snowman certainly... So I'm reading your mind again.
Yeah, I know. You're right. Anyway, even if I borrowed it, it wouldn't do much to warm my neck, would it? It's covered in snow. Also, obligatory, hee-ho!
Hee-ho!
That's one of the officers from Scotland Yard. The police are making sure the crime scene is undisturbed. I have a feeling that if we wander too close, we'll be clapped in irons. And clapped in the cheeks in
think
prison.
I think perhaps you're being a little overcautious. We've done nothing wrong, so we have no cause for concern.
Oh, no, I'm not getting caught out again. Twice is enough. Twice I found
Twice
myself in handcuffs despite not knowing a thing about what was going on.
Susato needs to stop reacting when you're talking.
Yeah,
Yes, you've had some dreadful experiences. I'm sure it's that wide-eyed look of panic you're so prone to. It does you no favors at all.
oh my god, I'm going to dunk you in the snow.
Well, stop looking like you're suspicious then.
There are piles of snow on the pavement here and there, but the road itself is covered in carriage tracks.
It seems carriages often travel down Briar Road. It soon disperses all the snow.
I slipped over when I was walking down the pavement earlier. It seems like it would be far safer to walk on the road instead.
Oh, but you're rather small, Mr. Naruhodo, and dressed all in black. I worry coachmen might not see you, and you could be flattened by horses. But
Please,
that might be just a kink for you.
please don't threaten me with a good time. Well, thank you for the rather small concern.
Oh, a British bicycle. Look. Although the wheel is so misshapen, I'm sure it couldn't possibly be ridden anymore.
Someone must have been doing some breakneck cycling.
It seems bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently. There's even a movement to change women's dresses to allow them to ride as well.
Correct. The bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why anyone wouldn't ride something like that.
Goodness, do you dislike bicycles?
Yeah,
It's a staple in anime.
I'm part of the anti-bicycle movement. It infringes on my rights as a sovereign citizen.
He's just salty. He doesn't know how to ride a bike.
Yep.
I want to ride my bicycle.
That song's about sex.
Tricycle. No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. It's just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off firm ground seems reckless. If you'd ever tried walking on stilts or fallen into a river, I know you'd agree with me.
We'll have to hire a bicycle sometime. You can sit behind me while I ride you around.
Excuse you?
You heard me. You'll be on my bitch seat. It'll match what you're doing right now. Wah wah.
Congrats on the sex, Naruhodo-san.
That's a rather typical old brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a long and interesting history.
Yeah, don't care. Well, time certainly seems to have taken its toll on the place. It's all crooked, sagging all over. In fact, it looks in decidedly worse shape than the other houses around here.
We must find some cheap lodgings ourselves as soon as possible.
Yeah, you're right. Cheap, but ideally with reasonably level floors. Okay.
We're really putting it off.
Anyway, we'll take a second to thank our friends over at Capcom and excuse our horrible language, especially Casa, potty
I don't know
mouth.
what you're talking about.
But hey, thanks again to our friends at Capcom. Y'all terrific.
Thank you very much.
Have some more links.
It's just up there overlooking the street. Good day.
Good day.
Thanks again. This is it. The residence of Mr. Herlock Shores.
I'm very confused why these Japanese people have British accents.
British accents.
I think so.
When
It's
in
because
Rome.
they learned proper English from,
Being on a boat for 3 weeks.
Isn't it
No,
3
they studied
months?
it
From beef
they-
stroganoff.
they studied it in Japan, I think. So whoever came to Japan with teaching English spoke like that. So they just picked it up from them, I guess.
Man, all right, I'll allow it. 19th February, 12:53 p.m. Sholm Suite. So this is where the great detective makes his living. It feels surreal to be here somehow. Clean your damn room. Is it as described in the stories, Miss Susato? Susato-san?
Many famous cases have been solved here in this very room.
Oh, I suppose they must have been. Yeah. I've never read the stories, so it's hard to get quite as excited about it as she seems to be.
The detective chases the villain relentlessly as he disappears into the fog down an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it, the romanticism. Can you feel your heart thumping in your chest?
No. Neither can you. You're a zombie.
I have demon blood in me. It's different.
You know what? Capcom.
Can't you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, I suppose I can. Yeah.
Believe it.
Wow.
So, if you don't mind, I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not the only soaking going on.
Got him.
Got him.
He's just trying to get his jabs in now while I still have him around my finger. Please, don't mind me.
Swear to God, if you start huffing the furniture, I'm calling the police. Ah, she's obsessed. Well, it looks like our detective friend isn't home at present. Excuse me, is anybody home?
Right. Well, since Nonpun is not here, I will assume this role.
All right.
do we have a visitor? Hello! Is it a big news case for Mr. Sholmes?
Hello? Wait, aren't you?
Oh, how rude of me. I'll go and make some tea at once.
Oh, it's that big-headed chick. I'm sure it's the same girl. Miss Susato, did you see the girl who was just here?
Oh, yes. Isn't it truly extraordinary?
Oh god, she's useless. She's got poo brain.
To think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Sholmes to take on his case.
The King of Bowaria?
King Wilhelm Gostris Sigmund von Ormstein, of course.
Oh, Ormstein and Smo? Yeah, I know those dudes. They're weird. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget the adventures of Herlock Sholmes for a moment and look over there.
The tea's brewed, and I brought a mop for your lady friend over here.
Oh, thanks. She'll need it. She's
It's
quite
you.
gassy. I knew it. Susato-san recognizes her too.
Ah, there you are. And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
It's the girl who turned up at the end of Mr. McGilded's trial in the defendant's antechamber.
I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Poor you, having to get straight to work when you've only just arrived in London.
Oh, yeah, it was challenging?
Well, try this tea. It's my special blend, you know.
No thank
Shit.
you.
Knowing our luck with women in cooking, it's gonna end up like Persona 4.
Yep. Oh, thank you. Is tea supposed to look that color?
Oh my, what a fragrant yet mellow flavor.
Yeah, that's the chloroform.
Hooray! It's a winner. I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see.
Oh, great, it's cocaine.
You must be exhausted after your long voyage here, and you have another ticklish trial tomorrow.
Please don't touch me. I am not ticklish. It's just weird.
Oh, and you're to defend a Japanese man. I do wish you lots and lots of luck.
You know quite too much, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. Did Mr. Sholmes tell you about us by any chance?
Oh, you know Early, do you?
Early? Mr. Sholmes to you, surely.
Mr. Sholmes was a fellow passenger on the boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see.
Was he really? Well, I had no idea.
The way you said that, my brain turned off for a second.
Really?
Really?
I'm afraid Early's out on an errand again today, even though he's just returned from overseas.
Wait a minute. We met this girl for the first time ever yesterday after the trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth does she know so much about us? Did she deduce all those things, do you think?
And perhaps more to the point, why is she here in Mr. Sholmes' suite?
Well, let me tell you about the story about a little girl that lives in a cruel world.
Oh,
You took the
silly
midnight
me.
train going anywhere.
I
Eiffel
haven't
65
introduced
is better
myself,
than
have I?
Sabaton.
It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson.
I swear to God, it's another Iris to hate.
Why do we hate Iris?
The only good one is B's Iris. Well, technically Iris.
I live here together with Ellie.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Why are we married?
Oh, Iris, is it? What a lovely name.
You skipping me? Is what's going on here? What
Well,
the heck is happening up here in
what's
this
the
day in this
matter?
room? No, wait, this can't be.
This cannot be!
This cannot be. Did you see that your name is Wilson?
Oh, hold on. Let me get you some more paper towels to wipe up that mess.
This cannot continue.
What's the matter with Susato-san? Why is she so flustered all of a sudden?
Yes, that's right. And what are your names?
Nunya?
Business.
Oh, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a lawyer from Japan.
Oh, sorry. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. It's wonderful to meet you.
Lovely. Susie and Runo. Got it.
Susie?
And Runo? There's more to this girl than meets the eye. I have so many questions for her. I don't even know where to start.
Yes, and so do I. I'm reading your mind again. It's very convenient.
It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey?
Yes, that's right. You were ever so helpful. Thank you so much.
Oh no, not at all. I'm so sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming.
Though, at the time, we did have a rather large gun pointed at us. Please
Back.
stop!
Like this?
Yeah.
Thinking back on it now, you left with Miss Lestrade in tow, didn't you?
Oh yeah. That awkward witness, Gina Lestrade.
Oh, Ginny? Yeah, she's a professional pickpocket.
Yeah, we know. So we found out.
It was very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that.
Are you referring to that trial-disrupting gun-like contraption?
Exactly. So I followed her, you see, to get it back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my engines.
This girl is
Maybe not
dangerous.
do that.
Anyway, I brought Ginny back here after that. So she could apologize to my trusty technician.
Sorry, your technician?
Early, of course, silly.
Early.
Yes, Erlock Sholmes. We live here together.
I had no idea the great detective had such an interesting young daughter.
Daughter? Not likely.
Oh God, no. What?
Nani?
Tell me why.
I wouldn't call him early if he was my father, would I?
Well then, what is your relationship with Sholmes?
Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive. So the solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate.
And they were roommates.
I hate it here. I hate it here so much. You were roommates?
I hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you?
Please be a little person. Please be a little person. Please be a little person.
10 at
Oh
last
my
this year.
god, no!
Okay.
Well, what of your mother and father?
Dead.
Oh, no. They're not around.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I see. I wonder what the story is there. We're just gonna let that one go? Alright, bet.
Yeah, it's all good.
He's dead! Oh, yes. There's something I must ask you.
Of course, of course. Go ahead, Susie.
I am a very great fan of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes and...
Oh, you have a copy of
Ow.
Rand's magazine?
Don't die.
Yes, I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship.
Oh, this is so exciting. My stories are being read on the other side of the world?
My stories?
That's right. Early is always solving such amazing cases, you see, and he tells me all about them. They really are quite fascinating. It would be such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard of them, don't you think?
Goodness.
Last night, he was telling me about a new case that he just solved on a steamship traveling from a faraway land.
He solved?
So, I was just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before you came.
So you are the author.
Yep. I'll let you in on a secret if you like. I'm going to call this latest adventure the Speckled Band.
The Speckled Band? That's certainly very familiar.
Of course, I always change one or two details in the stories here and there. This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble.
Oh. That was Mr. Sholmes' first thought as well, actually.
Yes, and of course I know that a snake might not be a credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but... it's a story! Some poetic licenses is justified to make it more thrilling, don't you?
So, do you mean to say... Are the stories about Mr. Sholmes that are published in Rand's magazine?
Written by me, yes, on my wonderful and very modern typewriter.
But all the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson.
Susato-san's getting more and more worked up.
Ah, yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson.
But what about the doctor of medicine part?
That's all true too. I am a doctor of medicine.
But you're 10. No! At 10 years old?
At 10 years old.
Shut up. Well, that's quite incredible.
But
Haha, get dunked on.
Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman.
My, you're starting to sound like a fair weather fan now.
Oh.
Ah, yes. I did alter the setting slightly for the story to be more compelling.
Oh,
Well, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow?
I suppose it does, yes.
Poor Susato-san. She looks like her whole world has just fallen apart.
Don't talk to me later. I'm going to be very, very upset.
Sucker!
What's that, Mr. Naruhodo? You wish to be thrown out the window? I can easily do that. One moment,
At least
Iris.
I didn't
just
fall
have
in
to throw out
love
the
with a
trash.
10-year-old girl!
Iris, do you happen to have any leaves that would paralyze a person for a couple of hours?
I have a gun for that.
Ah, perfect.
Don't eat ass in the hall. About before?
Yes, yes. What's on your mind, Runo? Do tell me.
How did you know that I was a lawyer and we just arrived in London, I mean?
Yes. Oh, and that we have a difficult trial tomorrow. How did you know all of that?
Oh, that's what you mean.
Please, tell us how you did it. Explain every detail.
Of course, I'd be delighted. Although, there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin. Iris Wilson is proud to present Head Logic and Reason Spectacular.
Oh god, please no.
Wait.
First of all, I knew already that you were a lawyer, Runo. After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber.
But you also said that we'd only just arrived in London. How did you know that?
I observed a passport and a travel ticket protruding from your breast pocket.
Oh!
So I was reasonably confident that you must have only just arrived in the country. And on top of that, you accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs.
The Reaper of the Bailey? I walked right into that one, didn't I?
Then I noticed the red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with a suspect, weren't you? Earlier today.
Ah,
They use those stamps to keep a close eye on comings and goings, you see.
I didn't realize.
And the
Yo.
red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates.
SNES coming in with that big 30 month. Hey yo, brother. Thank you for the support, homie. How you doing?
Holy fuck, 30 months, my brothers and sisters in the chat.
So, that told me that even though you had only yesterday concluded the trial of Magnus McGilded, the two of you had already had cause to visit a foreign inmate at a local prison. However, neither of you was wearing a particularly sad expression on your face. So I concluded that the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative. That led me to believe that you must have accepted a new case.
I see.
But how could you have known that the trial is tomorrow?
Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Early solved yet another case. It obviously amused him. He told me that he caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling.
A Japanese man? Well, clearly that must have been Mr. Natsume.
That was my line.
Yeah, well.
Now, Runo has that fancy Japanese sword. And I think your outfit is called kimono, isn't it, Susie? Well, anyway, it is clear to me that you both come from Japan yourselves.
We don't talk about Rue. No.
Good movie.
So, I
Really good
put
movie.
2 and 2 together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Early caught.
Wait, that's right.
And there was only one conclusion those facts could lead me to. Yes, English.
Ingeris de Su.
You both came here to ask Early about the case.
日本語を話することができますか?
Infoster Soda.
すごい。
Need a quick
Itadakimasu.
break, or do we want to push the last like 20?
I mean,
I'm
good.
good.
To
I
keep
had
going.
my tea.
Okay.
I'm not sure I've got any lines for a little bit at this point. So
You'd be surprised. They come at random.
I'm good for whatever you guys need.
How much sweeter could you shove in your mouth like a big hot dog?
I'm not sure that's how that song went.
There's a note on the mantelpiece that says the man's trial will be tomorrow. Early is always stabbing his notes with a knife. You know, he is silly. And that's all there was to it, really. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, and that was one of my great deductions.
Wow. Oh my god, you actually have a brain.
I
mean-
don't know what to say.
She's got a doctorate at 10. I'm pretty.
Sheesh!
Well, was it a winner? Were my deductions correct?
I'd like you all to look at the evidence in the top left corner. It says VR. That means that this household is a household that appreciates virtual reality, aka VTubers.
They were spot on.
That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction.
You even managed the certain something of Mr. Sholm's delivery.
Oh, well, I was just copying Early's style for that.
This is really very good news. You can tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man. You will, won't you, Iris? Please?
Tell me more! So, yesterday, Mr. Sholmes apprehended a Japanese man, you were saying.
Yes. Early had just arrived back in London after his sea voyage. But the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene.
Ah, the great detective is a popular man, it seems.
Apparently, a woman was stabbed on the quiet street somewhere in town.
Oh yeah, sure, that quiet street that has tracks all over it. Yep, sure.
There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking, stooped man running away from the scene.
Short, shifty-looking, stooped man. Mr. Natsume, beyond any doubt.
Hey, thanks for reading my line, Casa.
Oh, just kidding. You got your own there.
Soseki-san said that he didn't see anyone else on the street at all. But it seems there were witnesses after all.
Ailey used his great deductive powers to determine the man's address. It was a lodging room very nearby. He went directly there with the police, and what did they find? A short, shifty-looking, stooped man shivering in fear.
Ugh. Mr. Sholm's great deduction certainly hit the mark that time.
Of course it did. He's a great detective.
Uh-huh, sure.
Another map, madam.
a piddle pad, if you will.
Eh?
You don't know what piddle pads are?
Yes, I do.
Ha ha! Still.
I've owned pets in my life.
Oh. So you did a great job training them. I'm gonna pee on your carpet.
You're not allowed.
You can't stop me! Ah!
You do it once, you're out.
Still, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. Surely tomorrow is too soon for the trial, isn't it?
I almost said your line again because she moved.
Ah!
Definitely, we have no time to investigate properly.
You want the pro tip? There's this yellow box on top that has the character's name. It shows up in the same spot every
Joke's
time.
on you, I can't read.
Wow, that's crazy. How did you get through all those lines without knowing how to read?
I share a
Damn.
brain cell with Kios.
Fuck, mine's already gone, dude. I'm just running on pure fucking chemicals for the next month. It'll be great.
Ailey says that London is rife with crime.
Oh,
Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it, apparently.
Oh dear, I hadn't realized the situation was so dire.
That's why it can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying the criminals in court. Staff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person.
oh, great.
That's highly irresponsible. That's terrible. I suppose it's the harsh reality of the workings of the world's greatest justice system.
Yeah,
And
maybe
it
it's
seems
not.
really bad.
Maybe it's not the greatest justice system.
There's a lot of flaws.
I suppose it is. I mean, but in that case, I don't hold out much hope for Sosuke-san. Well, thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. This has been very informative.
Oh, you're most welcome. I've had so much fun.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is at the moment? As you guessed, we'd like to ask him some questions about this case as well.
Ah, well, I expect Early is still investigating the scene.
Of the case involving Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Yes, Mr. Natsume. Early said he was going to the man's lodgings. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him there.
Iris, do you know where those lodgings are?
Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? Did you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson while you were there?
Yeah, we know Inspector Gregson.
Oh, goody. In that case, give Gregsy this for me, would you? If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know.
What is this?
A 5-shilling piece and a postcard, it seems.
Iris's postcard has been entered into the court record.
It reads, "Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem." Gosh, this will make the inspector help us, will it?
Oh, gee, look, it's just how the police work anyway.
Bribes. You're right. I wish we had money.
A day. Is that high?
If only somebody didn't say no to the money earlier.
Somebody once told me. Never mind.
Well, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try.
Good luck then. I'm going to return to writing my manuscript, The Speckled Band. And I'll be making more special blends of tea, so come back again soon.
We'd be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris.
Get me out of here, please.
We're coming here once a day at least. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, it's back to the scene of the crime.
So, somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all. We headed back to the scene with Iris's curious note and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. To be continued.
Suzaku,
We still got like 10-ish minutes. Keep rolling.
I'm down if you down.
Oh, I'm down to clown.
Your call.
did someone say clown? There it is.
Back in about 60 seconds.
Yeah, okay. 19th February, 2:38 p.m., Briar Road. Yeah, that fits you perfectly. It looks as though the police are still here, carrying on with their investigation.
Perfect. So let's find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible.
Yeah. And let's see if he'll break free from his chips to look at that silver tip Iris gave us for him. Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment? Now we wait for Sharky.
I'll give my worst impression of this character real quick, and then we'll wait for Sharky.
I'm sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man.
I wonder if the disappointment shows up on my model.
Maybe.
Oh my god, the glare.
You look very nonplussed about it.
You seem to enjoy it, Kyo, so I'm happy.
I'm having fun.
I'm having a good time, but this character always looks extremely tired to me.
Yeah.
Alright. We're getting back into it, are you?
Yas.
On scene. I'm sorry to say that I don't. Very busy, man. Much too busy to talk to a pair of gadabouts, that's for sure.
We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson.
Nani? Nani? For me, from her ladyship.
Her ladyship?
Get that here at once! Come on, hand it over. That's for me.
On second thought, no. Don't wait for me to give it to you, will ya? What was that coin exactly?
Not the crown, obviously. It's a lot more than that. It's an appearance fee, that's what it is.
Appearance fee? Oh, I see. You mean.
That's right. For the adventures of Erlock Shores. The ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me. Every time.
Yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them avidly.
Of course, they're using my name without my say, so it does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still.
I am sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you.
Never you mind that. So, what'd you want to know then, eh?
I guess 5 shillings is a good bit of change for someone back in that time. I'm sorry?
Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem, it says. Obviously, it's not a problem. Go on, fire away. What you want to know?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector. We'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsume's lodgings.
Ah, a little knife-wielding, mustachioed fellow.
Well, if it's a silver crown, it's worth about $150 or so.
Oh,
US.
pretty penny.
US money, yeah. Speaking of pretty penny, did you scope the horribleness that I posted to Twitter at some point today, Casa?
No, I'm a little scared.
It's horrible in a way that I shouldn't have this much power.
I'm definitely not searching up your Twitter right now. Okay. Wait, what is that? What are you wearing? What are you wearing?
Definitely not a Kuja cosplay.
Oh, I see.
Too much power. Anyway, go on, Sharky.
Ah, the little knife-wielding, mustachioed fellow. He lives in a ride-out hovel. It's just over there. Look.
Oh.
Oh.
On the first floor of that house on the corner, where that wreck of a bicycle's propped up.
That is nearby indeed.
I remember rightly, the landlord is Mr. John Garrison.
I'm not figuring out the pun on that yet.
Yeah, it'll come to us, but I don't know what it is either.
Well, you see her again, you make sure to give her ladyship my regards, you hear? I mean it. You tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes.
Just don't worry, Inspector. We will.
Bye for now, then. Long live her ladyship.
He's a simp!
True.
Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left.
Yeah. So then, shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Natsume's lodgings?
Definitely.
Woo boy.
So,
what?
You'll be introduced to
What?
2 new characters.
What
This-
wait, we have new characters?
There will be 2. Yes.
Hmm. What
We got a
Is it the
army
wife and
veteran,
husband?
and we have a portly maid.
how do we want to split them up for future?
Wait, what do we have? What do we have?
We got an army veteran or military veteran and a portly maid.
Is Sholmes in this?
Nope. Well, he's not in this room. I'll
Okay.
say that much.
He's hiding. Would you want to take him, Oni? Just because when Nanpan comes back, he's gonna slide over and grab Gregson. Or like
Yeah.
how would like what would make the best sense?
I think the veteran should go to Sharky, right?
I don't
mean,
know. I
it's
haven't
been
looked.
a few weeks since I yes and no, so.
It's just that Gregson's gonna go back to
Nanpan.
Yeah, it's gonna
whoever
go
was in
to-
charge of Gregson.
Or wait,
So
no.
yeah, you can grab a. I think Sharky would be fine doing the army vet guy.
I was gonna say we could. I know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't give a shit. We'll just whatever we have, we'll roll with next week. Fuck it. How about that?
That'll work.
Yep.
Sure.
We've kind of hit 12:30 anyway.
All right. Do we want to call it here?
We
Yeah,
yeah,
we
we can
can.
call it here. This is actually good because then we can make the decision when we're there.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. Well, hey, we'll call it here. That was part 14. Good job, everybody. And thanks again to our friends over at Capcom.
Thanks,
Jeez.
Capcom.
Yeah.
Thanks, Capcom.
All right. Y'all wanna talk yourselves out? Extroduce yourselves.
Right. I am Oni Hart, the progenitor of the beginning of the session's issues with my suggestion.
Ah, well, we had fun.
But we figured it out, and everything is tight. Yeah. If you check me out, you'll be in for some RPGs, fighting games, and art, and maybe some singing or voice acting. Yeah.
I'm Casa. I'm your zombie boy, mixed with a little bit of demon. I'm a very chaotic person who likes a lot of shooty games, JRPGs. I'm thinking of coming back to speedruns, which is crazy, honestly, because I should stay away as far as possible, but
Yeah,
here I am. And I like to draw, sing, and I'm thinking of doing some cooking stuff soon, so look forward to it.
Hey y'all, I'm Sharky. I am by definition a person, and my voice is registered as a sleep aid in at least 3 countries. So, thank you all for hanging out tonight. Thanks for letting us entertain you for a bit, and please tell your loved ones you love them. Have a great night.
Oh, I'm gonna deafen here. And hey, I'll thank you all for hanging out with us. Super appreciate it tonight. Good to kind of get back in the groove of things. It's gonna be a little weird for me doing this shit again. But I appreciate the support, the resubs, hanging out. Big viewers tonight. What the hell? Super appreciate all the lurks and support. We'll be back tomorrow with Stranger at Paradise story percent learning. We'll do some Monster Hunter, and I might sneak in like some Elden Ring or something. We'll give you the link rundown before we head out for the night. If you want to join us in the Discord, great place to catch up, talk food, talk art, talk current events, talk about, well, what the hell ever. Hang out and play video games with us. Play Monster Hunter with me tomorrow if you have it on PC. If you want to catch up on our playthrough of this or pretty much anything else that I've touched, speedruns, tutorials, all of that good high old shenanigans, definitely subscribe to the YouTube. I pretty much religiously update that like my life depends on it. We'll talk about our beverage sponsors, our friends over at Grinding Coffee Co., bringing you that delicious coffee, as well as our friends over at nerdteas.ca. Just fabulous companies, great product, absolutely love them. Snag yourself some stuff on a discount. We'll give a big shout out to our friends over at SkyTech who have helped me keep my rig running as I try and push what I am technically capable of on this stream. So if you're in the market for a pre-built or custom-built, definitely give them a look. Very, very easy to work with. Very wonderful people. Open, honest. And their CEO isn't a douchebag, Star-Lord, ripoff. And lastly, if you want to support me, help me fix up the apartment, help me create content, give me cosplay stuff, or just make my life easier and boost my serotonin levels, definitely check out the Throne wish list. Great way to just keep everything going without the hassle of donations and bits and subs and stuff like that. And hey, if you missed anything else, there is a link for all of my links, the Twitter, the TikTok, the odd merch stores that I run, the actual website, my 3D print commission, etc., etc. But otherwise, thank you so much for hanging out. And once again, thanks to our friends at Capcom. Didn't do very well with our language today, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. My streams are marked as mature, so hopefully not a big deal. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow with some more Capcom stuff. And like I said, Stranger of Paradise, learning. We'll see what we can do with that. So hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you all so much. Take care and be well. All right, friendos. Thank you so much for hanging with us. Let's take a look at what we got going on.